VVV.
I'm happy to do it. Sorry, I didn't know there was anything in there. Worst roommate ever.
Just some random white. I know.
Are they just like, do you think they're in your clothes though?
I don't know. Keeper.
Snacking?
No, I cut my finger on those fucking icicles upstairs. This place is a death trap.
What?
Everywhere.
Stop.
Like foliage.
But not too hungry. But I'm hungry. But I'm pork breakfast sausage, pizza, salmon. Ashton, come out. Enough's enough.
Ashton, it's been 35 days. It's time.
It's time, babe.
What's this? Where are those pickles? Will somebody already open them?
Oh, I have not.
Oh,
They're
that's
on
fine.
you. I'm looking for a snack, but nothing too crazy because I know. Do I want a little mini?
What's this? Apple juice?
Yes, ma'am.
Motherfucker. Oh.
Some apple. Oh my
Somebody
god.
wasn't kidding about our juice. Okay, you know what I was thinking? Why has like when someone's sleeping, why have we not put this on someone's hand and tickled their face?
Okay, tonight. Done.
You guys
Done.
are April Fools, fuckers.
Yo, that's hilarious. I can't wait.
That's an easy one.
Oh, we're not better. What if I have... We are obsessed with avocados.
And I said, put the leg down. Yeah, exactly.
That's too good. That's
Kill me.
too good. Chocolate girl.
Joking. Yeah, look at these muffins. They go quick.
Big deal.
Gotta stay on the muffs. Muff dive.
Did you say muff dive? Shut
Do you have any more of those patties? I might need to eat one of those.
There's a plate in the fridge. I don't know how long it's
I think it's in the other fridge.
in the other fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to. I think those are the ones from last night. I might need one.
Some sustenance.
Yeah.
Oh, the fridge is open.
Oh. Yeah.
It needs like a new magnetic strip, I think.
I'm gonna need my water bottle.
Do you want to come to OLG with me after?
I'll meet you.
Okie dokie.
Well, might as well have another fucking tea for today.
sweet
Step into my office.
Step into my
Come
lounge.
take a seat.
I'm so happy. Get me away from that room. I don't want to be HOH anymore.
Shut the fuck up!
I quit. I quit. Honestly, can we get a
Is it
recount?
really too much?
It's just like so many combos. Everyone's bullshitting. Everyone's
Not bullshitting.
this, that.
Bullshitting. Just like sucking up kind of thing?
Yes, exactly.
No.
Like
I just
practically
understand-
feeding me chocolate. Like get the fuck out of here.
I just understand how do they not like think that you'd see through it? Like again, it's day 34.
It is day 30. Yeah,
35.
it's day 35. Get out.
You're like you've never
Get
talked
out.
to me like this?
No.
Ever again. Ever. How was your
It's like, yeah. Huh?
how was your Wendy's date? Worth?
Wendy's was great. He doesn't really say much at all.
That's what I assumed.
He was like, I was just like straight with him. Okay, this is the thing though. I'm just like trying to think like ahead.
Of course, 'cause that's
Because
what you
Ro-
have to do. That's
yeah.
your only option at this
Like
point.
at all
Because
times.
you can't play next week, so it's like
I just like I don't know how much I believe Ro. Like that's the thing. Like people tell me things and I'm like, oh my god.
why you mean I'm like
Can we say?
why you mean I'm like, oh my god, babe.
It's you. Okay, I'll abandon everything else.
Literally, I'm
for
like,
you.
you know what? You said it to me. I believe it.
I believe it. He's like, obviously you're close with Brayden, and I'm like, oh yeah, and he's like,
It's not me getting brought up. Anyway.
oh yeah. Oh my god, no, in a good way.
yeah.
And he's
Okay.
like,
I was like,
well, not again, not at your HOA.
I'm like, why will this end? I fucking hate this place.
he's like, okay, Brayden, like I just need to say this out loud to somebody,
Yeah,
and
of
I
course.
can't leave this room.
Of course.
I don't know. My brain is so racked. Okay, I'm actually serious. Like, I want to go. I literally want to sit in final 2 with you.
Same.
Like, I'm literally not
Literally
kidding.
same.
Like, over anyone else.
Same.
I would
Literally same. Like, literally same.
telling you. So, like, with Ro, he's like up there and he's like, you kind of need me here. Like, I'm gonna take shots that like you won't be able to like way down the road. And he's like,
So at the boys.
but like way later because I was like, we obviously need them.
Yeah, of course.
And,
like, we can't.
and I don't want them to go. I would lose my
No,
fucking
same.
mind living
No,
with
same,
Tina
same,
and
same.
Tara.
I can't. What?
I would lose my mind living with Tina and Tara. I imagine us 4. I'd be like, let's stay in here. We'd barricade the door.
Shoving the fucking machine, the rod out of the machine through the door.
We're like, okay. And so he's saying that can't. Don't ever repeat that. And then he's like, he was just saying that, and then he's like, me and Brayden, like he's like, I'm starting to get like close with Brayden. Like I don't
Yeah,
really
he
have
talks to me
anybody.
now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
convenient, Austin's gone. But anyway.
Convenient. Yeah, me too. Where'd that come from?
Literally.
But I just like I don't know what he has with Tina and Tara. Like I don't know if he has something with them. Do you suspect he does? I don't fucking know.
I mean, I feel like he like potentially could. I don't know because it's like I feel like he's like the same thing. Like he kind of got set up like where Kyle was super close. I think to Tina and Tara, obviously, because they're like he's my son, and then like he was a lot closer with Austin because of Kyle, and now because of Austin, he's like trying to get close with me.
Yes.
So I don't know like that way, but like
And they go for smokes, and like no one's there.
literally, but I do think that like we obviously know Ro's fucking smart. Like he's not.
He's
dumb.
very, very smart.
And I think that he knows, like, I think he would go after Kiefer before he would go after us. 100%.
And the guys. Like I think you go after Kiefer before the guys.
Same. And I think that, like, he would go after Vic before. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I genuinely don't think that if he's, like, saying that to you, that he would just, like, go back on it. And, like, what he's saying, like, obviously, like, makes fucking sense.
That's what I mean.
Because, like, even you were saying it last night, you're like, I obviously can't fucking put them up because then I look fucking untrustworthy. Like,
I would
like,
never. And like that would be like down to like there's none of us left.
Like it's, yeah. Of course.
You know. But like even when it does come down to it, I don't want to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
I
don't want to be the
wanna
one.
do it.
Of course not.
Someone else has to do it.
Of course.
And same for you.
Well, yeah. Same. Like, I'm like, he has a point. So I don't know. But then, like, so then what would you, because when he came out
The
to
Tina
me.
and Tara are too weak. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
but,
no, no.
like,
But that's true.
They
But that's the
wouldn't
thing.
do anything. They wouldn't ever win anything to be able to do it.
That's my thing. Like, I really don't think that they're out, like, that they will. I mean, we say that until
And
it's
then
like
they do.
Kira, and then they, like, just win when they're not supposed to.
Exactly.
And then you're like,
Good.
so you haven't won all season, but you're gonna win.
Now.
The-
Oh. Right. I should have seen this 6 weeks ago.
My only, like, stress about them is that, like, starting next week, obviously if I were to go, then, like, there are 2 votes and we only need 3.
What do you mean? For anyone.
Right? Because this week there will be only 6 people voting. So
Yeah.
you need 4 to stay.
I need 4.
And then next week there'll only be 5 people voting, which means you need 3 votes to stay.
And there too.
And there are always 2. And you know they're not going to split their fucking votes.
Ever. Ever.
That's the only thing that stresses me out about them.
I know.
Because, like, let's say,
And like Vic is all over the map.
she kind of stresses me out, not going to lie. Like, she really scares me.
Okay.
Especially because I'm 99% sure she was invisible HOH, so, like, it just,
I'm 90% too. Like, yeah.
like, it just gives me anxiety.
This is my plan. I really want Ro to win with you.
You do? That's what I was kind of thinking.
And I want a backdoor Vic.
That's what I was thinking. I was
But
really
it would
excited.
literally be so fucked in here. It would be fucked. She would
Oh.
fuck me.
100%.
But it'd be the craziest move.
But, like, okay, let's think about, like, how big of a move, though.
Huh?
Think about how big of a move, though.
It'd be big. The boys are pissed. Like, they don't like it. Cause
Oh, if you talk, I was gonna say that's, like, I think, like, the biggest hurdle is that it's, like, how do we, like, bring that to them? Because I know that, like, they know that Ro, like, obviously would be gunning for them. And, like, they're obviously gunning for him.
this is what Rose said in the room. Like, this is why I don't know who to believe. Rose, like... I love how it doesn't matter if we get caught talking. Like, I'm like,
me,
oh,
I'm like,
keep-
anyways, come in.
Yeah. I'm like, please don't. Rose, like, I would promise them. I just don't know, like, who I can trust. He's like, if like one of the guys were to win the power veto and bring me down, and you were to put up a bigger player, that's what he said, meaning that he's like, I would literally guarantee them 2 weeks at least of safety.
Okay, so that would be, there'd be 2 less people, so we're at 9. So it'd be 8, and then so 6. So it'd be
Define
me, you,
6.
who'd be, like, either Tina or Tara,
Tina and
whatever.
Tara.
Okay. But I just didn't mean, like, it's kind of risky.
But then I'm like, do I believe you? Like, why would you want to keep both of them and me
That's
and
fair.
you? I mean, I think he has you. He thinks he has you more.
Probably, that's what I was gonna say. It's probably what it is. Like, maybe Austin said something to him. It was like, Brandon won't have anyone, like, his back, but, like, try to work with him. Like, do you know what I mean? I see what you mean. Because when he was talking to me, he was literally like, oh, like, what's it called? He's like, if like, you get picked to play in the veto, like, would you use it on me? And I was like, oh, you're going up? And he's like, yeah, Beth told me. And I was like,
Oh, it's very straight.
oh, oh, really? That's crazy.
They both know.
And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to, like, do what Beth wants, obviously. Like, I'm not going to go fucking rogue. You're like, he's my target. And then I'm like, sorry, Beth. I'm going to use this.
Doesn't tell me. I'm like, oh.
Literally, I was like, so I don't know. And he's like, well, like, I haven't talked to Beth. And I was like, yeah, obviously. He's like, I just, like, want to, like, see,
This is
like,
before
what.
Wendy's?
After.
Oh, right, because they told him.
Yeah.
This is just after. Okay.
And then I was like, yeah. I was like, I just don't know, like, who. I was like, I don't know, like, if I were to take you down, like, if that's something that she wants. Because I was like, I don't know who she'd want to get out next. So I was like, I don't know. She was,
Oh, so he's like, yeah, we genuinely hadn't talked yet, so you don't know yet.
So I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if you're necessarily the target this week. I don't know that. I was like, I would assume that, you know, if you were, then obviously she would want me to use it. And I was like, but if not, like, I don't know if she would just put up, like, Tina. But I was like, I don't think she'd want to waste it on Tina and Tara.
I told the boys, like, I'm not wasting my HOH on her. As much as I don't like her,
No,
it's
you
actually
don't.
kind of a
Don't.
I get the
Stupid.
duo thing, but they're also just so weak.
That's my thing.
But votes are huge. That's actually a good
That's
point
like
too,
that's
Bray.
like my only thing. Like that's
Votes
my
are
only thing with them.
huge.
Is that's what I worry about later on. Like, no, obviously not. Like, I think because like even next week, like me and you are 2 votes. Like, do you know what I mean?
And Judd and Ty are 2
2
votes.
votes.
Kiefer's more so with the boys, I think.
I
than
think so.
Tina and Tara. And Rose did the same thing.
I think so too. I think he just kind of like he likes talking with them. I think, but I don't know. I think like more game wise, I think he would be, because I think he knows that like they can't win anything, so like it wouldn't really make sense for him to like
He's gonna
align.
pick a duo. You might as well pick the boy duo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you align yourself so hard with Tina and Tara when you like have a very strong feeling? They're not.
And they
doing
don't
anything.
also like, the boys have way more relationships than Tina and Tara.
And also, I think
So-
for Kiefer, like, if he were to align himself with Tina and Tara, then like he's the big fish out of that group. Versus if he were to like align
That's
himself with the
true.
boys, like he would look a lot less like.
Yeah, and you know he's thinking that way.
Of course.
So that is true. Like,
Should I talk to Bro about the thing? Like, I guess I don't know how to bring it up, but should I be like, oh, like I talked to Beth about like, if I should, because he was also like, well, what if I get like player pick? Because that's, I think, what he was more like kind of hinting at. Not like, he's like, well, if you like play in the veto, like, would you use it on me?
who should he pick? Maybe you.
Because then I would, because then if you do want backdoor back, then I would have to fucking gun, like I'll gun for it. You know what I mean? But I feel like I should gun regardless, even if you won't row. Because he obviously
Yeah.
wins. Me thinking about it, I was like, wait.
Maybe pick you. And like, because he's not gonna pick one of the boys.
Oh, of course
Such
not.
a- it's so
he
risky.
won't. No.
He did ask though. He's like, if I guarantee them safety, and I picked one of them.
Oh,
So
like to kind of
that's
show. I just don't know if the boys like are they kind of petty?
They are no.
Like just
Jed
not like
thought about
wanting to
it,
do it.
But they were just like,
It's
I don't know.
Where's that
How
at?
are we? How do we trust him?
That's
like,
true.
let's just say Tina and Tara were split up. Then more so you could trust him because he wouldn't have numbers or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
But like, if he has them, then
Yeah,
like it's scary.
of course, 100%.
I'm just trying to think. If Vic were to go home this week, it would be me, you,
Kiefer.
Jedi, Kiefer
Yeah,
versus those three.
yeah.
Or three, sorry. One of them wins HOH.
Mhm.
Say puts two of us up.
But I don't think they put me or you up. That's the thing. So that's why it's like I don't know.
Vic, I think, would put us two up.
100%. If she just put me up with Austin, she'll put me up with you.
Yeah. 100%.
Do you
She's
know
not
what I
putting
mean?
up. She's not wasting her HOH on
That's what I'm
TNT.
saying.
She's not.
And I think that she probably would want to like be closer with the boys. Because I just feel like Vic just like gets jealous about things.
Okay, I just said to the boys upstairs, I was like, you guys need to understand that girls think differently.
Yeah,
She went against Latoya because she,
wanted
the
to
boys.
be in. Yeah,
Yeah. I was like, she doesn't, like, girls just kind of clash.
literally.
Me and Austin kind of had a weird thing sometimes just because we, like, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
And I
girls.
think, literally,
It's just a jealousy thing sometimes.
you know, I think. And I think it might be the same like with you and the boys.
I agree.
That she might be like, fucking put Beth up. And like, she has like mentioned it to me before, but I don't know if she was serious.
I know.
If she was saying it for me to say it to you, so that way like she's hoping you to go say something to her. Do you know what I mean? To
Testing
be like,
you.
right? To
And
be
I
like,
never. I know Tina and Tara just came up to me too, and they're like, V has been talking about you for a long time. And then Ro came up to me and he's like, I'm not gonna say a name, but there's someone out there who wants you bad. And then by the end of our conversation, he's like, it's Victoria.
oh,
I was like, well, so this is the thing with the boys right now is they're like, we have V, and I called them out. They have V, but I more so have Ro. So I was
Yeah.
like, now this is coming down to like more individual, you guys.
Of
Like,
course.
I can't
And-
get Ro out for you two, and then have V come
come
for
after me when you guys are safe next week. Like,
Do you know what I mean? So now it's kind of like we're clashing.
yeah, of course. I see what you mean. I mean, like, I was just like, what would the, so like, let's say we get rid of Ro, and then V wins.
The nice thing about V winning though is like I don't think she would ever put those two up. So even
Yeah.
if she put me up, me and you up, that's what I said. I was like, so she puts me and Bray up, you're gonna lose one of us. He's like, well, we win the veto, and I'm like, well, then I think she put, well, maybe TNT.
Maybe, but I don't know. You know, I
It's
don't
just
think
such
she'll
a
ever put them
fucking
up.
risky situation.
Like even when she like all invisible HOH, she was like, "Oh, I would never waste this on Tina and Tara. I would never like that's so stupid." Blah 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 blah. Like I would never waste it on TNT. Do you know what I mean?
She wouldn't.
I'm like, it is
You
hard.
need to talk to them.
Who? The boys?
Especially Ty. Ty's the one who's like, no, he's being so pushy. He's like, it's Ro.
Yeah, but it's because I know, because he's a lot closer to Vic.
They are.
Like, he's a lot closer to Vic. Do you know what I mean? But it's hard because, like you said,
So hard. So that's why I'm like, kind of, honestly, between you and I, I'm kind of secretly hoping Ro just wins.
well, because
it's
then you're
like,
like, well, what else am I gonna do?
Oops.
I'm not gonna put up fucking.
So V did ask though, just so you know, V asked me up in HOH, so like, who's the replacement nom? And I was like, I would want Tara to go and just split the duo up, so I'd probably put Brayden up because he's so calm and could handle it. That's what I said. And then I was like, and then nobody would suspect at all that me and Brayden were together. But ultimately, I would pick up. I just don't. She
No, of course you
literally
can't. No. You can't be like.
So that's why I was like, Brayden probably. And then she's like, he would understand. I'm like, oh, he would, even though you're not fucking going up.
Yeah, I was like. But yeah, that's hard. I can talk to Ro, and maybe like, I'm just like trying to find a way that like I could like get his like true intention, you know?
I know, that's what I was trying to get for like who. I was like, who would you put up next week? And he's like, Beth, like, I can't just like willy-nilly put up boys because without my numbers.
It's true.
But if you put them up beside each other, like, how does that work? Can you
what?
just explain numbers to me? So
So Ro can't
let's
vote.
just say Vic goes on this week.
Okay.
Let's just say.
So then next
Ro
week,
wins
let's say
next week.
Ro wins.
And let's just say he puts Ty and Jet up.
So then there's still
One of them come off.
one of them comes off.
He could potentially fuck me. I
Not
don't
if he-
think he would.
I don't think
For
he
some
would.
reason, I believe him.
I believe him too. I don't think he would, because I think he knows that like I think if you show him this week that like you're willing to like work with him, then I don't think he would do that to you the next week.
I don't think he would.
I genuinely do not think he would.
And then who would he put up beside them?
Well, since you'd want them to go,
Oh, Kiefer.
he'd put up Kiefer because you know Kiefer literally has said he says it to me every night. Kiefer's like, if I'm in HOH next week, Ro's going up and he's going on slop again. He says it every single week.
Okay, how will you chat with them? Because maybe pretend you don't know.
And be like, so
About
like
the
let's
V
just run
thing,
up.
'cause-
I just worry that they'll just run and tell V.
I know.
You guys need a minute?
Yeah, if you could. Is that okay?
Oh.
What's up?
He's like, I guess. That's what I just worry. They'll be like, Brayden's pitching you.
If you said V?
Yeah.
No. I don't think you should. I think
Okay.
you should say nothing.
Okay.
Like, just go to Ro and be like,
Oh yeah, the Ro thing. Yeah. No, I mean like Jen
Yeah.
Ty. Yeah, like if I should be like,
Oh.
what do you guys think?
no, because like I always pitch a Jen and Ty that were Final Four, and they're like, here, like 100%.
Okay. Okay. No, that was my only worry. That like, they'd be like, just so you know.
Well, this is my thing. If it gets back to V, because Tina and Tara came, they went to Jen and Ty and said, V's talking about Beth and whatever. And they said that to me in the HOH room. If it ever got out, I would just be like, V, Tina and Tara are spreading rumors. I didn't
Okay.
even entertain it. Like something like that. Because they
fair.
are genuinely saying it, so.
Yeah, and like that. Okay, like again, between me and you, 100% honesty. When I was doing my pitch to Vic, she like came to me and she was like, her whole thing was she was like, Austin had a really good pitch. Like, she said she's going after big targets in this game, and you know, like, are you willing to do that? Because if you're not, then like, why would I keep you here? Because like there's bigger fish that need to go. And she's like, a lot of people are worried that you're a little too close to Beth and that you're not willing, you know, to put her up or to put the boys up. And so is that true? And like, what do I say to that? So I was like, yeah, oh my God, like, of course. I was like, yeah, like, of course I'm willing to make a big move. Like,
Oh, fucking
Vic,
for sure.
Don't be dumb. And then she's like, okay, well, like, who would you put up then? And then she's like, you don't have to give me names, but like, who would you put up? And then I was like, oh, like, I was like, probably Jen and Ty because, like, you know, I'm a lot closer to Beth. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, why? Like, who would you put up? And then she's like, oh, okay, well, I shouldn't be saying, but I'd probably put up Jen and Beth. But fuck, okay, fuck, no, I shouldn't be saying that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, not Jen and Beth. And I was like, what?
Not Jen and Beth.
I was like, oh. And again, I didn't know, like, if she was literally just telling me that, so because she knew I would go scurry over to you.
No,
I'd be
that
like,
can't
guess
leave
what?
this room. no. The thing with V is like I know if anything ever gets to her, like it's out in seconds.
Oh, literally.
So like that
Literally.
information stays in.
Literally. That's why when you're like, oh, she's pissed at you in that rope there and she wants to blow up, but don't fucking go say anything. I was like, no, you're right, because you can't.
This is what I'm thinking. Like I want for her, and she said anything about anyone, the whole house would just be like, bye. Like
No, exactly.
it doesn't even matter what you say.
Literally.
And I would be like, Vic, I've heard from a lot of people, and it wouldn't matter because she's going home. I would just be like, Vic, I've heard from a lot of people that you've been running my name. Sorry.
100%.
See you later. But the boys are just so worried about Ro. So that's like where my thing is like, maybe don't say anything to Ro yet. It literally depends on who wins the veto.
That's true.
That's legitimately it. And then we can just like decide.
Like
They
about
can
the...
win it, so.
That's true. And then it's like... But then you ask her to throw it at one of the boys.
I didn't even say anything. She's like, I've got a gun for it. But I'm not gonna ask her to throw it. I'm just gonna be like, girl, like, I know you don't want to be like a comp beast. Like, this is a chill week for you. Maybe just don't.
Yeah,
you
but
can
like,
try.
you don't need to. Like,
Yeah, you don't need to win. I just don't want to be too sus. Like, I just want to, like...
No, exactly. But then, yeah, like, when you said that, like, thinking about, like, the fact that she said, like, you and Jad makes me really think that she does want to be you.
Me.
Like, genuinely, like, she wants to be in with the boys.
Yes. Oh, I love that you told that because it makes me want to, like... It makes me
course.
want to do it. I'm so scared.
Of course.
You can't leave my side.
Oh, same.
When that happens, it's
Oh,
going
of
to
course
be
not.
so scary.
Of course not. Of course
I'm
not.
going to get screamed at.
And, like... I
I just need
mean...
to ensure something with Ro. That's my only thing. Is if like I did that and then Ro won and like fucked us, I'd be like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because yeah, Ro told me. I can tell me I haven't talked to you yet, but he was just like, go see what Beth says. Like if I'm her target or not, and if like she'd be okay with me picking you, or if like you would use it. Because I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know who the target is. I was like, I can never really talk to her about game. Like we just cackle. I was like, the boy's always in there, so I don't know.
nice.
I was like, I still need to be like really talking with her. He's like, okay, yeah, like no rush, but like I would just like to know like if I should pick you. Do you think they'll both be tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then is something happening today?
No. I think today's done.
Fucking annoying.
So fucking annoying. They're building veto too.
Because yeah, I see what you mean. Because, but then it's like, yeah, what do you do? Because let's say, like you have the opportunity to backdoor Vic, and then you don't, and then next week it's you and Jen on the block.
That's what I mean. I'd be like, oh, but the same thing goes for Ro. I could literally say the same thing.
But I don't think it'd be you on the
I
block.
don't think it'd be me.
That's the only difference, though.
And this is the thing with V is I think like if a veto was used, she would just be like, fuck it, and put up tie. Or,
No.
like Ro,
Yeah.
I think like
I don't
we could
think you would.
dodge that one a little bit.
I think so,
and put
too.
someone else up.
I just think because if, let's say he does, let's say he stays, and next week he wins, and he puts up Jed and Ty, then like regardless, there's three of us. Do you know what I mean? That will end up staying, that are now making sure he's going home.
Oh, exactly.
And it'll be us three versus him, who can't play next week, the following week, do you know what I mean? So then it'd be Tina, Tara, Kiefer, allegedly, or his only other options. So
it'd
he'd be
like,
fucked.
You need to put up Tina and Tara.
He would be fucked.
That's brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? Like if he were to go against us, like what the, like I guess.
Ro said, okay, you and I, like Ro thinks that I eventually want to get out the boys. And that was my way in with him.
Of course.
As being like later on.
Yeah, you'd be like da 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 da.
Because if down the road if somebody needs to do it, I'd rather it be Ro.
Of course. Who would like?
So
We would be
he said
stupid
to me
not to.
upstairs, yeah, he said to me upstairs and was like, I'll only do it when I have your blessing, like when it's time.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that.
People are setting up, I feel like
That's what I think so too. I think so too. Ever since I realized she was invisible HOH, and like just the things that she would say, like she was crying to Austin
crying.
during Austin's pitch. Austin was like, yeah, Vic was crying the whole time, saying like she's so sorry, she can't believe like this is what has happened.
It was her.
No, I think it was guilt. I think she felt bad.
Oh, because
think that's why
everybody
she
was
was
like, you're
crying.
evil, or whoever did this is
Yeah,
evil.
and I think she kind of felt bad when she was talking to Austin.
Why else would she cry? Unless you're like literally soulless and are just like that good of an actor.
Right, and then
Oh my
the thing that
God.
kind of seemed like sus to me is that I think she was like trying to make it seem like everyone was against me but her, because like the day before, the night before, like remember when I came to you in the morning and I was like, am I good? And she goes the night before, she's like, oh, everyone's trying to fucking flip. And she's like, except me. Like, just no brain, like everyone's trying to flip but me.
The morning of?
The night before.
Oh, and literally everything was so chill.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
And she's like, I'm fucking pissed. Like, everyone's trying to fucking flip. Like, they all want you to go. And she's like, but know that, and she's like, but know that I'm fighting for you. But I think she was saying it because she doesn't have a vote. So she's trying to, you know, make sure.
Save herself for next week.
To make sure that, like, I was like, oh yeah, Vic had my side.
There was no flip.
Oh, well, that's why I like asked you in the morning. I was like, is everything? And you're like, yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. I think she wanted to make it seem like she was like, you know, the one to make sure that like I stayed. So that way, like, you know, in the event that people realize that it might not have been Ty, that she'd be like, well, I'm the one that fought for everyone for you to stay.
I think she's got the boys tricked, like, so bad.
I think the issue with the boys is I think they think that they can just flirt with her.
It's not working. Vic is
not.
actually smart as fuck.
Yes.
She's so smart, and she
100%.
wins things.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure she was invisible HOH. She's won 3 HOHs.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I am saying. She's won 3 HOHs in 5 weeks. And like,
Every second one.
yeah, every time she can.
Crazy. Anyways, at least the noms are easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Those
saying.
two
Like,
up,
and that's
who
something like,
cares?
regardless if like what does win, then it's like, whatever.
And everyone's kind of aware, like, of that I would do that. I just said, like, I told Tara, like, dude, if it gets out, it will get back to me in seconds, and I will assume it was you. I said the same thing to Ro.
About the victim.
I was like, if it gets out, it will literally, she will make it so clear.
Oh, yeah,
Even
like-
if she acts a little bit mad, I'll be like, oh, it's out.
Yeah.
It's out.
Really good deal.
And I didn't, like, tell them I told the other person, and I was just like, it will be clear to you, and you will have to go.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't see it getting out.
Okay. So wait. Okay. So what should I do then for us? Should I go talk to Ro, or wait to talk to Ro? Do I bring anything up with the boys? And be like, what do you think? Like Beth mentioned, like potentially, like if Ro were to win, like putting up Vic. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
Maybe tell Ro to pick you.
Okay. And that's what I was gonna say. We're picking me regardless because
Why is he
I'd
gonna
rather
pick
have
anybody
me
else?
playing.
Tara said she's gonna put Blue Line, and Blue Line.
You're like, babe.
I'm just kidding. She actually could. She almost won the apples.
True. But I
Right.
mean,
You know, anyone like that. Anyone actually could. So the second that I'm like, oh, they're not gonna win, you know, they're fucking gonna. So
I feel like even if Blue Line won, I feel like you could be like, don't like use it on, like if you wanted to backdoor, I feel like you'd be like, use it on Ro. Or else like we're all coming for you guys next week. Like I'll make sure Tara goes home. Like, do you know what I mean?
that's so true.
Like you'd be like, we
Because
have,
it's like it's guaranteed. You use it on Ro, and I put this person up. You
Yeah.
know that Tara's not going.
literally. That's what I'm saying. You'd be like, you know for a fact. And I think she'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so say to Ro, pick me.
And then
Like if you get house guest
maybe I don't
check.
even say anything to the boys.
Okay. Let's know
I
if you want
wanna
me
talk to them about
to
it, and then
cage.
like we'll literally have a conversation when the veto's done. I wish I could plan it so bad. Once the veto's won by someone, maybe we'll all chat because Vic can win, and then it's just like okay.
Then there was no point of like the drama of the arguments, like, you know?
No, it's just good to know. And then like Tara's like weirdly convinced that Vic would use the veto on Ro. I was like, what, hon? She's like, yeah. Like, she will. And then we're fucked. And then Tina go that. And I was like, what are you even talking about? Like, where are you in this game?
But that'd be so stupid. Because then everyone in the house would be mad at her.
And it would just be her and Ro. Cool.
Yeah. Against the whole house?
Great. Love
Against
it.
the whole house.
Perfect.
God. I mean, she's also
God.
paranoid. I was like, when she's like making them, I was just like, I need a fucking cigarette. It's like, okay.
Oh my gosh. It's
Like,
so
literally,
much.
She's like, the backyard needs to open. She's
You're like, honey, it's not. It's not.
Literally, she's like, do you think it'll be tomorrow? And if it's tomorrow, like, is it gonna be super, super late in the night? I was like, if it's tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna be late in the night.
It's POV.
So, and she was like, I just need to smoke. And I was like, why don't you tell them then? Like, they might have some emergency exit they can clean, spray down.
I'm sure, because if there was a chain smoker in here,
I said, she's like, I don't know, I don't think. And I was like, I'm sure they would find a way.
Yeah, why are you going to the DR? And she'd be like, I've been smoking a lot in this game, and it's
And it's like,
whatever, who cares?
and I just need one. Like, is there somewhere I can go? Just have a quick one.
Big Brother will get back to you 3 days later.
The backyard's open. They're like, hey, you can go in the backyard and smoke now.
This made me feel so much better. I needed to vent.
Of course.
I needed to.
Yeah, like I think like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bad. Because again, it's hard because I see what you're saying where you're like, they're like, what you have Beck?
But
And
then,
then
like,
Ro
I
has
actually,
you.
I believe, like, I actually have Ro. Like, I
That's what I'm
believe
saying.
him.
Like he said, like it wouldn't make any sense. Like if he literally were to win next week and put them up, then literally there would be 3 of us against just
would kill him.
Just him. It'd be 4 of us against just him. Because it'd be either like.
He has to see that Keith is more so with them. He has to.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. So you had Kiefer, you, me, and whichever one of the boys stayed against.
And then those 3.
Against Tina and Tara in the next comp. Because Bro can't play. So. Like, do you know what I mean?
And then, bro, you're gone.
Literally.
Bye-bye.
Literally. So it's over. So you made it 1 week. Like, I'm glad
I'm
that was
gonna
your
tell you boys
decision.
that. That's like the smartest thing I've ever heard. I know.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because he'd be.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for then.
Yeah. Like, if.
Especially like, I don't know if it'd be absolutely fucking crazy, but like if the guys were to win and just be like, let's take off Ro. Let's fucking do it. I can't see him turning
No.
on them.
That's what I'm saying. Then it's kind of like, okay, like, we're
Keep
good.
me safe and maybe until the double.
Literally, right?
Easy.
The devil's that the Thursday. He's like, remember what I said? Get fucked. The guys are like, Also, on a side note, so I was sitting upstairs with Ty. You saw us laying in your bed.
Okay,
That's the
saw
music.
that. Saw the jazz. Because we're all sitting. Jen comes up and talks, and all of a sudden he's like, "Where the fuck is Ty? This isn't the time to be starting a show, man." I couldn't stop laughing. He's like, "This is an important week."
Stop.
I
You're
know.
lying. I'm
We
dead.
laughed so hard.
I'm dead.
Something's going on.
You think? No, okay.
He literally came in the room this morning to hug you, and then he left.
I didn't know if he just did it because he wanted to talk to you alone, and then I was there.
I don't think so. He never came back. Ever. Until after chess. He never came back.
Weird. But then, so we were listening to music. And
Right,
then
okay.
we were talking about, like, being drunk, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I've never been drunk, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how are you when you're drunk? And he's like, he's like, I just, like, I do some, like, crazy things. And I was like, what do you mean crazy? And he's like, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'll tell you about it later. And I was like, what?
Okay.
And then he's like, yeah, I'm just like a really like loving person, and I just do like a lot of like loving things when I get really drunk. And he's like, yeah, we can like discuss that later. And I was like, what do you mean later?
Is he trying to like hint at you without telling you? Why does he just say it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like,
Why
what the
is
fuck
it
do you
a
mean
big
later?
deal?
When? I was like, in 2 months, we're out of the house?
Because now's the time.
Yeah.
I don't want you later. Now.
Yeah, I don't know. Not even restarting it. I'm dead that Jet said that.
I
Not it being that obvious.
He's laughed. I laughed so hard. He's like, fuck. It's fucking cute. Stop. I was like,
I can't. No, where the fuck is Ty? Ty's done the fucking show, man. I'm dead. He's not even
And then I walked in, you guys were like, I was like, what? And I'm like patting him with his
Yeah,
big
he's
thing,
like,
and
"You want
both
me
of
to
you, I
show
was like,
He's like, you want me to show you to play chess? He's been saying that for days.
sure, like that bit.
And I was like, yeah, sure, let's finally fucking do it. And then he's like, you know what, bro? You help him? I'll play against you, bro.
And?
And I won.
Great.
But I think he let me win.
I do
Which was
too.
cute. And I was like, aw, babe.
Babe, you didn't have to do that.
Stop.
You're like, I've been playing for years.
Can you imagine? That's what I said. I was like, can you imagine I'm actually a pro chess player? Me, no, I literally don't know. I'm literally just like flicking things up, being like, yeah, sure. And he's like, listen, I don't know if I would do that.
You're like,
I was like, okay, why? Like, I don't know. What am I doing?
so I don't know if I do
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, when he said that, I was like, what does that mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Is he trying to hint?
loving things. Why else would he say that?
What does that mean? He's like, I'm a very loving person, so like, I do like a lot of loving things when I get drunk. And he's like, "Well, we
Okay,
can
so
talk-"
next party,
And he's like,
it's on.
He's like, we can talk about it at a later time. He's like, we'll talk about that later.
What the fuck does that mean?
I was like, what do you mean later?
Were you just like, okay?
I was like, okay. I was like, crazy. Like, what is that? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I know what you mean, but I don't know what the fuck he means. So, Big Brother, we need a party. Because I need to find out what he means.
Do you hear that, Big Brother?
Do you guys want another showmance? Bring on the booze.
Like, roll it. Get the cake. Get the booze.
There would be so much happening in here now. Everyone's hormones are flying. Did you hear Vic yesterday?
No, when she was like, listen, it's been 29 days.
Okay, I was sleeping. Jed explained it to me last night. He's like, no, you were sleeping. I was on your back.
Yeah.
And he's like, because last night we're laying in bed. And he's like, so apparently I'm showing my dick to a couple people tomorrow.
Oh, you did say that.